Hi, it's time for our third week in the book of Acts. This week we'll look at the Greek of Acts 1:12 through 17. So again, let's start by seeing if you can pronounce the Greek here. Okay, here's how I would pronounce it. Tote, hupestrepsan, eis Jerusalem, apo orus, tu kalumenu, elionos, hoesten, engus, Jerusalem, Sabatu, Ekon, Hodon. Okay, now see if you can translate it. Here's how I would translate it. Then they returned into Jerusalem from the mount, the being called Mount Olive, the mount that is called Olive. And I think Olive is singular here. Which is near Jerusalem, which is near to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a loan word from Hebrew. If it was a genuine Greek word, it would probably be in the dative case, near to Jerusalem, but loan words don't necessarily do the endings. That's really odd for a Greek word to end in a mu. Anyway, now this is a strange expression. The way I'm taking it is this is a participle, which is near to Jerusalem, that is the mountain, having the road of a Sabbath, or having the way of a Sabbath. In other words, about a Sabbath's day journey, about a half mile. So that ekon is the key here, which having the road of a Sabbath, or having Exodus. Okay, so let's now dig into the interlinear a little bit. So let me go ahead and advance this. So here's the first line. So tote means then. Hupestrepsan. What is this thing here? We're going to parse it on the next page. But this is a third person plural ending on esse, amen, eta, an, da-da. So it's a third person plural. A psi is the key to a hidden sigma. So we have a hidden sigma alpha. Sigma alpha is aorist, right? And this third letter, it's from hupo, strepho. And so the third letter is hiding, there's an augment right there. So it is indeed aorist indicative, aorist active indicative, third plural from hupo, strepho. Then they, because it's third plural, they return. They returned into Jerusalem, that's easy enough, from the mount. So this is a third declension, bad one. Normally it's archon ontos with an omicron sigma for a third declension noun, but this is a very annoying third declension form, the worst of the worst, I would say. And in its genitive looks like this. I mean, that looks accusative plural if you remember your very first noun forms, but it's genitive singular. I'm sorry. So then we have tu kalumenu. So men are passive participles or middle participles. Again, this doesn't always necessarily work, but it does here. This is a passive participle. Kalu is all the letters of kaleo are there with the epsilon crashing. It's a contract verb, epsilon contract verb. So this is a present passive participle. Genitive masculine singular. Actually, it's genitive neuter singular because this is neuter, genitive neuter singular. How do I know that this is neuter? Just you memorize it is one way. Anyway, so you start with its ing form, from the mount, the being called Mount. So that's the rated G translation. Then you use Ken's rule. If it has the article, use which or that. So the mountain that being called, that's bad. So let's go all the way to stage 3 and smooth it out. The mount that is called Olive. And so this is again a genitive singular. Archon ontos, it's a genitive singular. The reason it's in the genitive is because these are in the genitive, and it's talking about these. It's called. The word called is like an equal sign as far as case. So mount is genitive, and so equals olive, genitive. So the reason why olive is genitive is because it goes with mount, which is genitive. So then they returned to Jerusalem from the mount that is called Olive, the mount being called Olive, which, again, there's revealing the neuterness of it. This is the neuter form of the relative pronoun. Looks like an article, but it's not. It is the relative pronoun, which is near to Jerusalem, having the way of a Sabbath. Having here is, this is unfortunately a neuter nominative singular participle ending. You just have to memorize the nominative participle endings. I have the link to the videos on participle forms at the end of this, but basically you have to memorize. I have a song, lu, on, u, sa, on, and that's what this one is, the neuter nominative singular participle. So it's from echo, so all the letters of the present are there. Present, active participle, nominative neuter singular from echo, going with the which, going with the mountain. The mountain which having the way of a Sabbath, or a Sabbath journey. Okay, I've already done all the parsings, but here they are for your listening pleasure. Again, C is the key to hidden sigma, sigma alpha, aorist. You'll notice that the phi crashes with the sigma to form ps. I've already told you about this one. Men are passive participles. Genitive masculine singular from kaleo, contract verb. Ekon, I've already talked about this. Again, echo, the letters are there. It's present, active participle. That's a neuter nominative singular. And so we're done with our parsing. Again, here's some videos on participle forms. Thank you. Whoops.